From the halls of Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli, we are prepared mentally and physically to defend our country wherever we are needed. We fight our country's battles in the air, on land, and sea. While no one likes to fight, we are firmly dedicated to the belief that someone must know how. First, to fight for right and freedom, and to keep our honor clean. We are proud of the role of readiness entrusted to us, and we pledge ourselves to adhere to our core values of honor, courage, and commitment. We are proud to claim the title of United States Marine. We are few in number, but many in ability, skill, and professionalism. We welcome and challenge those who would join our ranks. We are the few, the proud, the United States Marines.
Take a few minutes and remember our troops and the people that give us our freedom, and just to have a moment. That's does everything for me.
During Monday's Memorial Day parade and ceremony, people in Watervliet take a moment to remember. They remember soldiers like Army Sergeant David Fisher, a hometown hero who died while on patrol in Iraq in 2004.
When we lose somebody in the act of war, part of a unit dies, part of a family dies, and also part of a community dies. And we have experienced that here in Watervliet.
And it's in Watervliet where a new memorial marks the memory of the life lost. A second ceremony is held in the Watervliet Housing Authority's Rensselaer Village to dedicate the Sergeant David M. Fisher Memorial.
Sergeant Fisher stood up as a beacon of freedom and said, "Not on my watch." He donned the uniform, he laced up his boots, he put on the soldier necklace that we call dog tags, he donned his rucksack and his M4 and fought for freedom.
Freedom that came at a cost to Fisher's family and community.
It's not free, and we have to be really grateful for all of those, men and women that do help us keep that freedom. There's a price to pay, and that never ends for families, and we all just need to be grateful.
In Watervliet, Beth Krogan, YNN.
beautiful, for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain. When these words were written, they described the greatness our forefathers saw in the future of our nation. And as our nation finds itself faced with uncertainties, nothing seems more fitting than to ponder the importance of our faiths, our families, and our freedoms. Since the founding of our great nation, not a day has passed when these things we hold dear have gone untested. Those that would test our resolve showed us 4 generations ago the magnitude of their hostility when they attacked Pearl Harbor. This day that lived in infamy has been overshadowed by the more recent event of September 11th, 2001. This incident shattered our sense of security and once again reminded us that freedom is not free. But throughout our history, young men and women across the country have stepped forward to defend our people, our nation, and above else, our liberty. It is now our generation's turn to answer the call. We are ready to keep our nation, America the Beautiful.
David Fisher's family was joined by friends and community residents in Watervliet today, coming together on this Memorial Day to remember the 21-year-old sergeant who died in Iraq back in 2004. Now, as Bill Lambden is here to report, long after all those present today are gone, David's memory will live on. Good evening, Bill.
Good evening, Jessica. It's been 7.5 years since David Fisher's parents received the notification every military family dreads. The Army National Guard sergeant had been killed by an explosive device in Iraq. His sacrifice was memorialized today and will continue for a very long time. It stands in a nicely manicured reflection area beside Rensselaer Village in David Fisher's hometown of Watervliet. 2 stone markers inscribed with poems written by his mother. After David was killed just a few weeks after his mother had sent the first part of the poem to him, she completed the message.
It needed an ending. It did not have the ending that I wanted, but that was the ending.
Both parts are now shared with visitors on the stones, along with his service summary and a picture.
I think David remains special to us as someone you knew and can bring home, what this means to a family, to a community, to a school, when you lose someone so young.
A flag from the U.S. Capitol was presented to Sergeant Fisher's mother.
My heart goes out to the Fisher family. But let's not remember David for having sacrificed his life, for the wonderful things they did to stand up and volunteer and make us all proud, the Fisher family proud, his friends proud, and the city of Watervliet proud.
So of course I do remember David every day, but of course Memorial Day brings it a little bit, it kind of unites the entire family and the community in the city and kind of brings us all together to remember, so it definitely has a little bit different meaning on Memorial Day.
Now, also in Watervliet today, a park was named in honor of World War II Medal of Honor recipient Peter D'Alessandro. He survived his action in Germany, was captured, then returned to the Capital District, where he served in the state legislature for a while before passing away in 1997. Bill Lambden, News Channel 13.
Bill, thank you.
beautiful, for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain. When these words were written, they described the greatness our forefathers saw in the future of our nation. And as our nation finds itself faced with uncertainties, nothing seems more fitting than to ponder the importance of our faiths, our families, and our freedoms. Since the founding of our great nation, not a day has passed when these things we hold dear have gone untested. Those that would test our resolve showed us 4 generations ago the magnitude of their hostility when they attacked Pearl Harbor. This day that lived in infamy has been overshadowed by the more recent event of September 11, 2001. This incident shattered our sense of security and once again reminded us that freedom is not free. But throughout our history, young men and women across the country have stepped forward to defend our people, our nation, and above else, our liberty. It is now our generation's turn to answer the call. We are ready to keep our nation, America the Beautiful.